I'm here to tell you something, man. I'm here to remind you of something. And that is that you are worthy of whatever it is that you truly desire. It can be love, success, happiness, whatever it is, man. But you just need to start believing that you're worthy of it, man. I realize that, man, the one thing that's been holding me back from anything is that I believe that I do not deserve it. I always felt as though I always had to earn love. I had to earn recognition. But I wasn't here to be on this earth to be picked. I wasn't here on this earth to feel as though I'm important to somebody. To one, even like to like one or two individuals. Come on. You're telling me that a person like me with big dreams, with a bright future, and right now I'm currently living in a place where I need to prove my worth to one or two people. People that honestly I don't really give a damn about, I don't really like or admire in any sense of form. And I gave myself that reality check a while back. And honestly, I'm in the state now where I feel empowered by my own sense of self. That there is power in the sense of self. There's power in standing alone in front of others that disagree with you. Because 10 of the most important people in your life may disagree with you. But as you stand alone, you'll realize there's going to be 1 million people standing behind you as well, standing with you against those 10 people that do not believe in you, that make you believe that you're wrong. But you first need to stand alone and slowly start to attract those people one by one. And sooner than later, bro, you got 100 people, 100 million people standing behind you, agreeing with you, and surrounding those 10 people. They don't see what you see. And now they realize that if you can't beat them, join them. They'll start saying to themselves, yeah, I always believed in you. That was not the case in the beginning. If you want to become a person who will change the world, you need to find change within yourself. You need to become the answer to yourself before you become the answer to the world. You know, if you want to make it big in the music industry, dude, you gotta be big within yourself, dude. You gotta believe in yourself first. You know, if you want to make it big in novel writing, then dude, you gotta make stories that seem big to you. You know, you gotta do things that you believe in. Make songs that you want to make. Write books that you want to write. Write poetry that you want to hear. Make videos that you want to watch. You know, dress the way that you want to dress. You know, start to find your own definition of each of these things and add your style to it. You know, it's all about individuality. And the only way to achieve that is to first master yourself. Self mastery is key, man. All the answers, all the solutions, all the problem solving skills all relies within you. The answers are always, they're never outside, they're always within you. But you need to first face the things that you have been avoiding within yourself. You know, talk to yourself, man. Reflect with yourself, man. And start finding things, answers to problems that you've been avoiding. But you need to go through that door. You know, you gotta face the darkness, man. Because within that darkness lies magic. And that magic is within you. You'll be so surprised what you find out, man. At the other side of the door. The answers you start to realize. You know? And if you can't do it by yourself, then do it with God, man. Have a higher power to assist you on something that seems impossible for you, but it's possible for God. Anything is possible for God. I mean, we're talking about a God that feeds this world, that waters the trees, that feeds the birds, that fills up the stomachs of lions at the safari. You know, we're talking about a God that can change the weather. We're talking about a God They can create systems. We're talking about God who made a masterpiece of our body, man. If you really if you study biology, man, you realize that, wow, dude, there's so much about ourselves that we don't realize. And the reason why we lack those type of understanding of oneself is because of the external distractions that's happening outside, with social media, with the clubbing, the drinking, getting high. I mean, these things are not really serving you. They're just numbing you. They're numbing from the pain that you need to face. You're just delaying your progress. If you can face those things now, you are 10 steps ahead than everybody else. I'm telling you, man, it's easy to win in this generation, dude. It's because of your lack of self prioritizing that I am ahead of you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. But that can change if you start to take serious measures on taking your shit together and jump in within yourself and start sorting out some things that you have been avoiding for such a long time. I'm telling you, man, I realize emotionally I'm more mature than my parents, because I have doubt things that will help me become stronger emotionally, because I had to learn to accept things that I refused to accept myself. But I realized that this is part of who I am. I'll be honest, man. I'm a sensitive guy, man. I get touched easily, but I just don't show it. You can offend me by small things, bro. If you offend me by my looks, I'll feel something about it, man. It's just who I am. I can't change that. It's part of who I am. And because of that knowledge, I can find a solution to build strength in that. If I'm an emotional guy, then I need to learn emotional intelligence. How to be strong emotionally. Instead of pushing my emotions aside, I allow myself to embrace it, to become one with it. Journal it out. Speak to a therapist. Find my way in overcoming that. And then when things that do trigger me in the near future happens again, I will have the right tools and the methods to respond in a more professional manner. There's power in knowing your weakness. There's power in knowing your strengths and what's the flaws behind your strength. What can be a weakness can be a strength, and vice versa. What can be a strength can be a weakness. And you need to learn yourself before anybody else do. Instead of learning how to manipulate hands to fall in love with you and those type of things, what if you just take the time to actually learn about yourself and actually try to make time to actually fall in love with yourself instead of trying to make the world fall in love with you? Because if you don't love yourself, how do you expect the world to love you? If you don't respect yourself, how do you expect the world to respect you? It all starts with you. If you cannot face yourself, how do you expect yourself to face the world? How do you expect yourself to find love if you can't even love yourself? How do you expect yourself to appreciate how you look in the mirror if you don't take the extra measures to work out, to get your ass off your bed, the fucking couch, to drop those bag of chips and do some 10 push-ups? It's really not that hard, bro. Where I see it, bro, and I'm sorry for my language, but dude, you being a bitch, bro. You don't want, and if that offends you, then you know what to do to not make yourself look like a bitch, bro. If it offends you for me to call you a bitch, bro, then you need to act up, dude. Because don't call me a bitch. Well, you're acting like one, dude. So why are you angry with me when you know deep down that's true? You know what I mean? Bro, you're making yourself miserable. You're making yourself upset. You're making yourself broke. If you watch my previous video, I'm saying the same thing, bro. This is actually a video. This video is coming from that video straight afterwards, but I'm just making this way more professional. But yeah, dude, get your shit together, man, and take care of yourself, man. Stop worrying about other people, man. Stop worrying about your parents. Stop worrying about that crazy ex of yours. Just forget about life, man, and focus on your life. You know, what's forget about what's happening outside and just focus on what's happening inside, man. Just do that for the next like 3 months, 6 months, whatever you want to call it, and you'll see the great results, man. If this doesn't convince you, bro, then I don't know what will, bro. I'm saying, dude, I'm happy. And you can be too. And I just gave you an answer, dude, of how I became happy. Spend time with yourself. That's all. Take yourself out for a date. Take yourself out for a brunch. Take yourself out to a garden. Take yourself to the amusement park. Take yourself to the movies. Take yourself to Zoo Lake and book a boat. Spend time in the lake by yourself. Do things that you usually do with other people but with yourself and see what happens. You'll be amazed of how enriching it is to spend time with one's energy, with one's presence. If you're afraid that people might call you a loner, just know that compared to them, you're making progress. Progress that you'll need to transition to the next chapter of your life. A chapter where true success, happiness, joy resides. All those things that you want to have, all those things you wish to desire and those type of things, bro, they're all waiting at the other side. But you just need to do one thing. Spend time with yourself. That's it. That's it.